Hi, welcome back. So we were talking about these four mental improvements, like house improvements, that we can do to our mind. And I don't know about you, but if someone tells me the first four, and they sound so fun and so cool, and they tell me, what, there's 96 more, sorry, 106 more, I'm like, yeah, I want to know about those. So if you're curious about those, I guess they're going to come up in DCI Advanced Level 3 or sign up for Classic Soft Power in Kyoto. Now they're not through with these four yet. They say, what's the stuff that the four is made of? What are the four made of? What's the stuff that the four are made of? Like I have some glasses, they're made of plastic. I have a cup, it's made of glass. What's the four ideas made of? And he says each one is made of two things. Each mental improvement is made of two things. What was the name of the four? The four close awareness. Okay? And again, the word awareness here, Chenpa, also means to remember something, recollection. Okay? And sometimes they translate it that way. See, he says all four of them are made of two different things. All four of them are made of two different things. The first one is wisdom. And wisdom in this case means, in the end, that you understand that those four things are coming from you. Okay? And so wisdom in this case, it means that you can fix those four mistakes if you just have wisdom. Okay? If you just have wisdom. What was the first one? How you feel about your body, okay? And you feel like you're putting it on in the morning and you're taking it off at night like your clothes, right? But you don't control it. And it's not out there like a suit that you take out of the closet. The body is flowing from your seeds. Your body is flowing from your seeds. That's interesting. The body's not something you're born into. When you're born, seeds start opening in your mind and they produce a body. That's weird. And then through the whole length of your life, the seeds are producing your body. What was the attitude we were supposed to have about the body? It's dirty. It's full of poo-poo, right? Well, okay, you want to fix it? Yeah, but that's a lot to clean out. That's like 100 pounds of poo-poo. I say, no, you don't understand. It's flowing from you. So you could make a better body. Since it's flowing from you, you could make a better body to put on in the morning. You see? Wouldn't that be cool? What was the second one? Your feelings, right? Right now, your feelings are out of control because they are flowing out of seeds in your mind. But what if you took charge? What if you took control? What if you only planted seeds for good feelings? And then you'd be like high all day long, wow. That'd be fun. By the way, if the feelings are coming from the feelings, you're stuck with them. You just have to feel them. But if the feelings are coming from your seeds, then you can just design your feelings for next week. Hey, I want to feel good next week. How many days? Not much. Monday through Sunday. I want to feel great, They say, okay, well, just plant seeds. You have control over your feelings, okay? Then what was the third one? Your mind, okay? Your mind. And that's interesting, you see? Your mind is not you. Okay, what was the big mistake? You thought your body was clean. You thought your feelings were not so bad. And you thought your mind was you. And you thought your mind was coming from its own self. But the thoughts you hear in the mind are also coming out of seeds, and you are a victim of those thoughts. Okay? You cannot choose to change them. You can't say, I'm going to feel happy in 1 minute from now. I'm going to have only good thoughts, You can't do that. No human being can do that, you have to understand that those thoughts are flowing out of your seeds. Then just focus on planting good seeds, and the thoughts will follow. Okay, so that's thoughts. What was the fourth one? Your whole world. Okay, your whole world. It feels like, I don't know, I'm trying to get this cafe done, and it's been, I don't know, it's much more difficult than a global company, and much more paperwork. And I've been, like, this stupid cafe, and the cafe is coming out of things in my mind, okay? The world around me, the stuff around me is flowing out of seeds in my mind. So, the new renovation of your mind, the new mind, that we're going to develop, the first 4 of 110 house improvements is going to be just understand that this stuff is coming from your seeds. That's all. And then the body will fix itself, the feelings will fix themselves, the thoughts will fix themselves, and your cafe will fix itself. You see what I mean? And only good things happening in your life. For goodness sake, just remember that it's coming from you, okay? So first of all, by the way, there's 2 mental functions going on when you make these 4 improvements. There's 2, they are linked. There's 2 parts of your mind we call linked, sungden. They are linked, okay? How are they linked? Number 1, you finally figure out that stuff is coming from your seeds. Number 2, you remember to remember. Okay? And that's why these 4 are called the close awarenesses or the close recollections. You remember to remember. Okay? When things get tough during the day and things aren't going right and the inspector comes and finds 3 more things, I'm thinking there's only so many 1-inch things in the cafe. Like, he's got to run out. Someday he's going to run out, So, if you remember to remember that things are coming from your seeds, then you have the first 4, okay? Then you have the first 4. It's very interesting. There has to be 2 states of mind going on together. Number 1, calm down, the inspector's coming from you, I got it. But no but, remember who he really is. Remember where he's really coming from. And when you can understand where he's flowing from, and you can remember when you start getting upset, then you've got the first 4. Isn't that cool? So there's 2 states of mind. Now, he gets into the another long subject. I'm not going to treat it because we can't go anywhere. Then he says san sam. Like, say san sam. San sam. San means level. Bhumi, the ground. Okay, like om bhumi ahum. Sa means the level. And sam means at which level in your journey through your life, at what level can you get these 4? Okay, there's 5 milestones. There's 5 stages of life, right? The 5 paths. And he says, what's the sansam means? At which path do you get these 4? At which of the 5 paths can you try to do these 4? Okay. By the way, remember these are the first 4 of 110. So if I say it's the first 4 of the 110, which of the 5 paths do you guess he's talking about?
Second.
First. Yeah, it's the first. It's interesting. $100. Anybody can tell me the milestone or the trademark of the first path. What has to happen at the first, to reach the first path, what has to happen?
Renunciation?
Hmm?
Tragedy.
Yeah, tragedy in your life. Okay. I think you all got it to some extent. I'm going to split it 30.
Renunciation is because of the tragedy.
Yeah. You say something, it's a wake-up call. In American English, we call it a wake-up call. Something happens in your life and you say, Something's wrong. Something fundamental is wrong. You know, my mom just died, or someone close to me just died, and something's wrong with this place. You know, something's broken with this place. So it's interesting to get the 4 renovations here. The motivation has to be tragedy, and normal people cannot go to these 4 voluntarily. They have to be pushed into it by a tragedy. Something serious has to go wrong with their life. And that pushes them to wonder, what's going on with my body? What's going on with my feelings? What's going on with my mind? And what's going on with the inspector at the cafe? It's more parts of my life, you know. You don't start asking questions about the 4 until something goes seriously wrong, okay? And that's called sam, okay? Yeah, and then he just closes up that idea, and he goes on to the next 4. And I'm just going to mention them. We got a few minutes. You know, my teacher always taught me to use a few minutes. So the next 4 have a strange name. They are called the 4 perfect abandonments. In English it means you have to get rid of something. Like you have to abandon your car, abandon your house, okay? So abandon your dog, which you shouldn't do. But there's 4 ways, 4 things you should just give up completely, okay? And here's the 4, and then I think we'll take a break, and you know, we can continue this some other Peachtree World News show. Number 1, if there's something, how do you say, hang on. Yeah, okay. If you have a bad habit, you should try to get rid of it. That's the first one, which is mental quality number 5. Right? We had the 4 already. We're on number 5, 6, 7, 8 now. Number 5 is, if you've got a bad habit, try to quit. You know, try to quit it, okay? And then he says an interesting thing. This is number 6, right? Mental improvement number 6. 5 is, if you already have a bad habit, you should try to stop it. 6 is, if there's a bad habit you don't have yet, please don't get it. Okay? And we don't think like that, you know. We think, oh gee, I have a bad habit, I should try to stop. Yeah, that's okay. But give yourself some credit. You know, there's lots of bad habits you never got. Like I never had an alcohol habit. I had pride, I had all kinds of other bad habits, desire, but I didn't have alcohol. So listen, if there's a bad habit you didn't get yet, you know, be happy and try not to get it, okay? You could still get worse, okay? We're not perfect people, but you could still get worse. So, you know, please realize there's bad habits you didn't get yet, and, you know, watch out for them and don't get them, okay? So try to give up bad habits you have. Don't get bad habits you could have had. And then, if you already have a good habit, try to enhance it. Try to make it better. Try, you know, if you're already a nice person and you're supporting some poor people, then support more poor people. You know, to take it to a higher level. All your good habits, take them to a higher level. Okay, that's number 7. Right? Number 7. Number 8. If there's a good habit you don't have yet, then try to develop. You know, try to identify. Try to watch out for good habits you could develop that you don't have. I just did a program with John Brady. He's so modest, which is not my problem. And I'm thinking, well, that's a quality that maybe I would want to try to. I don't have it. It's a good quality. Maybe I could pick it up. You know, maybe I could improve myself. So there's the next 4 mental improvements. We reached 8 out of 110. It's the 8 of the 37, okay? And we still got others to go. So, I don't know, someday We can go through the rest, but just be aware there's a practical list of 110 home improvements you can make on your brain that will make your life much easier and happier. And let's go through them. Okay, see you later in the next show.